All right, let's look at some analytic trig. We're going to use sum and difference identities. Today, we're going to be looking at the difference identity for sine. So sine of some angle minus another angle. And here's our sine identity. Let's get started. Now this works similarly to the sum. So sine of negative pi over 12, just like our sum identity, it's going to be sine of the first. First we got to break this up into parts. Excuse me, I skipped ahead. So negative pi over 12 looks like if I start at pi over 6, remember we want to choose angle measures that we know sine and cosine values for. So pi over 6, I need to take away something more. What about pi over 4? So that's 2 over 12 minus 3 over 12. That's negative 112. All right, we're good. So I'm going to break this sum into, this difference here into two angles, the difference of two angles. Okay, I'm going to erase this. So I have sine of pi over 6 minus sine of pi over 4. And just like with the sum identity, it's sine of the first angle times cosine of the second angle. Okay, so these are, remember, this is positive pi over 4. And then I am subtracting. So the good thing about sine is this here is going to be the same as the symbol in between the two parts. And I have cosine of the first angle times sine of the second angle. And now we just evaluate. Sine of pi over 6 is 1/2. Cosine of pi over 4 is radical 2 over 2. Subtract. Cosine of pi over 6 is radical 3 over 2. And the sine of pi over 4 is radical 2 over 2. Let's multiply it. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's multiply these together, and I get radical 2 over 4. Subtract radical 6 over 4, and let's write it as one fraction. And we're done. That's our exact answer for the sine of negative pi over 12 radians. So now we have another one. We have sine of 5 pi over 12. If I am correct, I think that is 2/3 minus a fourth. Is it minus a fourth? Let's see. 8 minus, 3 over 12. Yep, so it's a fourth. Okay, so this, I can break this up into sine of 2/3 pi minus pi over 4. I just use the regular fractions and I just slap the pi on later. So let's rewrite this using our identity. So it's sine of the first angle times cosine of the second angle. And remember, the minus part comes in here. It's going to come in right here, in between the two terms. And I have cosine of the first angle times sine of the second angle. And these are all angles that I have memorized in the unit circle. You should too. Sine of 2 pi over 3 is radical 3 over 2. Cosine of pi over 4 is radical 2 over 2. Subtract cosine of 2 pi over 3 is 1/2. And sine of pi over 4 is radical 2 over 2. Let's multiply these. I get radical 6 over 4. Multiply these. I get radical 2 over 2. Radical 2 over 4. Let's write them over as one fraction. I'm going to get radical 6 minus radical 2 all over 4. And we're done. I hope this was helpful for you. We'll do some more practice later.